What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over the rumored new handgun of the Canadian Armed Forces compared to the Browning high power which they currently use. Let's go. Alright, so currently the Canadian Armed Forces is using the World War II era Browning high power. Now, this gun, I'm sure it's been reliable, for the time it's needed, for what it's needed, but there are definitely a lot of flaws with it, and compared to their new one, I mean, an upgrade is definitely due. It's been a very long time since World War II, and as you can tell just by looking at it, it's a very outdated gun. A few issues with it is, one, the hammer comes back if they don't replace it, and it can hurt your hand really bad. Cuts you up a bit. I've had some army friends and they've actually told me that it's almost dangerous overall just to use. You know, it's so old, it's so outdated. Yeah. So, I mean, either way, I'm probably gonna end up having to fire it once I do go through training because I mean they haven't even gotten a contract with the possible new gun yet. But hopefully they do, and hopefully that'll start rolling out soon. Within people are predicting 2022. I'm gonna say it's gonna take longer than that. It is the Canadian government; they're a bit slow, that kind of thing. But yeah. So I guess I may as well go ahead and show you what the replacement is. I'm sure a lot of you have already seen it, but it was also the replacement for the USA Army. It is the SIGSAR P320. Now, personally, I love this. I love this option. I love SIGSAR, and Glock, two of my definitely favorite companies when it comes to firearms, specifically handguns. Um, as you can see, the color. I mean, it's not black. Color doesn't really have to do with much, but I kind of like it. It's got the rack here. You can easily mount flashlights, lasers, anything like that you'll need. It does not have an external safety. However, it does have a slide lock, and I believe that the trigger is a bit heavier of one. As you can see, there's also no hammer. It's obviously a double action, but I mean, your thumb's not gonna get caught in it. There's the guard right here and everything. Overall, it's a really nice gun. Obviously, shoots 9mm because that's the NATO specifications for armed forces. Man, I'm probably boring at this up. Let's go ahead and take out our super advanced software here, and we're gonna show you a comparison. So here we have. Let's change the color here. Browning high power, the current World War II era Canadian sidearm. They're only issued to people that are deployed, or I believe officers as well. Unlike America, a lot more of the Canadian troops, as far as I know, do carry handguns on deployment. I may be wrong. If you're a soldier in the Canadian Armed Forces, feel free to correct me. You know, I don't know everything. So as you can see, both handguns, they're both chambered in 9mm, and this is standard. You can't have anything other than that. If they wanted a 45 ACP, well, that's too bad because they're not getting it. The barrel, it's definitely a bit longer for the Browning. It's shorter, a bit more compact. It's a bit easier to use here, 3.9 inches. So the capacity, my apologies, I'm still getting over a cold, is 13. Now this is just in the magazine. It holds 13. Surprisingly, you think it'd be 12 in one, but no. It is actually 13 plus 1. So you can have 14 rounds total in there. And it weighs 31.74 ounces. Only while unloaded, though. It's a single action, so longer to fire, a bit harder. Gotta use the hammer. Features, it catches your thumb because that is just what it does. And it's overall, like I said, I've been told it's not a very safe gun. Doesn't feel safe. I've also heard that it is comparable to the 1911. However, the 1911 is overall more reliable, even though it does have less capacity. Now, a little bit of backstory with the Browning high power. It was actually made when the French, I think it was the French military police or just the French military, needed a service sidearm to replace theirs. And this is what came out of it. And Definitely served us well for a while. Now the price, I've actually seen it more expensive than this. This is what I found. I don't know the official price that's given to like the armed forces for, but this was a price that I found. Going over to the P320, we have a capacity of 17 rounds. That's 17 plus 1. 17 is just the magazine. The weight is 26 ounces unloaded, so it's definitely lighter. I know it's not full metal like the other one, which is nicer. You know, you can throw that thing, run over it, and it's still gonna stay sturdy and solid. It's a double action, obviously. You know, it doesn't have a hammer, so that's definitely a benefit. Faster loading, or sorry, not faster loading, faster firing. My bad. Other features include a threaded barrel, so the end is threaded. I'm not sure if it's on all of them, but at least on some of them, which makes it easier to have a answer if they ever needed. As well as it has a rail, and at the top, it's easier to put a sidearm. So overall, the gun is made for attachments as well, which kind of gives it a bit more of an offensive take, compared to a lot of other sidearms, which are just seen as self-defense and kind of your second resort, which either way they should be, but in close quarters, I mean, nobody's going to want to be toting around, a C7 rifle, or for I don't even remember what the American Army uses now. It's like either the M4 or the M16. I don't remember. Either way, they're big weapons, especially the C7. Close quarters, I do think personally that armed forces should be able to carry a sidearm for a lot of reasons, which that's going to be another video in itself. Obviously, I'm not a professional. I don't know everything about these. These are just my opinions. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Those are just some very basic comparisons, but I do think that this would be a great firearm if the Canadian Army decides to go through with it. Hopefully they give us the funding. I know that they're also building a new boat in a base near me right now, so probably a lot of money going towards that. But, we will see what happens. I'm hoping we can get rid of these World War II era guns that are bound to just break on us any day. And yeah, that's about it. That's all I have. I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.